Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Claudia and this is the second video in my How I Booktube series, in which I go through my personal booktubing process step by step. The first video was about how I come up with video ideas for Booktube, and you can find that linked in the description box. In fact, what I link in the description box is the playlist for this series, so if you're watching this in the future, there'll probably be a whole lot more videos in that playlist. But this is only episode 2, and today I want to talk about my planning and scripting process. In this video, I'll talk you through the 3 types of planning and scripting that I go through for different types of videos. The first one is to not plan or script. So that is completely unscripted videos. The second is videos where I have notes or keywords written down. And the third type is where I have a complete script written out. So I'll talk you through these types. All of the examples that I mention are also going to be linked in the description box so you can check them out. And just a disclaimer, this is just my method. I know there are lots of YouTubers who never script anything. There are some YouTubers who always script everything. And I'm sure there are lots of booktubers who do it like me and have some videos scripted, some videos not scripted, some videos half scripted. So there's lots of variation there. I can only speak from my own experience, and this is just about what I do. Though I would like to know your method as well. So if you're a booktuber, then please post in the comments about how you prepare for your videos. Do you write out a script or do you not? And if you are a viewer of Booktube, then please let me know if you have a preferred type of video that you like to watch. Do you prefer videos that are scripted? Do you prefer videos that are completely off the cuff? Or do you not really pay attention to that? Do you even think you notice whether a video is scripted or not? So, unscripted videos. They are by far the easiest to prepare, because obviously you don't have to do any preliminary work before you start filming. You just turn your camera on and start chatting. In a way, they are the most direct way to communicate with the people who are watching your video, because everything goes from your brain to your mouth straight to the microphone. That makes it really well suited for things like rants, reaction videos, really emotional discussions, or videos about your own personal experience. At least that's how I use unscripted videos. For example, my videos where I just react to what I'm reading obviously are completely unscripted, because that would defeat the point if I made notes before filming a so-called reaction video. Also, a video where I reacted to men writing women, for example. That was also completely unscripted because I wanted to capture my immediate reaction to what I was reading. Similarly, I like to use the unscripted format for certain tags, especially tags where you're supposed to talk about your own personal experience. For example, I did the Honest Booktuber tag a while ago, because I don't want any notes holding me back from what I really want to say or what really comes to my mind in that moment. Unscripted videos are the most spontaneous and the most direct way to communicate, and when done right are also the most entertaining. Now that depends a lot on your personality. I'm personally not a very funny, spontaneous, comedic kind of person, but there are a lot of booktubers who are exactly that, and their unscripted videos are just so refreshing to watch, and I really enjoy watching a well done off-the-cuff video. Again, I kind of feel like I need the crutch of some written notes more often than not, and that is why completely unscripted videos for me are quite rare. There are lots of really common booktube type videos that are pretty much always unscripted, in my case as well. That includes TBRs, book hauls, reading vlogs. Those I never script. What would I even script about them? The kind of video where you hold up a book into the camera and then you just talk about that book from your own mind is such a common method for Booktube, and it would feel weird to me to write out a script for a haul video or for a TBR video. I don't vlog often, but when I do, then I always enjoy it, and that's when we get to some of the downsides of the unscripted video type. Now, the most obvious one is that you might not know what to say. In fact, the unscripted videos are the ones that require the most editing on my part, because I am just there cutting out the first 4 attempts at saying a certain thing until I get to the 5th attempt and I actually manage to say that thing. Or I cut out minutes and minutes where I'm just there scratching my head, thinking about if there's anything else I need to add. There's also lots of sidetracking going on. There's lots of me getting distracted and me talking about other things that then need to be cut out of the final video. So while with not scripting, I might save myself some time in the preparation, it certainly costs me more time in the editing step. With that said, let's get to the second type of video, and that's the one I call notes. So for that video type, I would make some notes that could be anything from keywords, an outline, certain sentences that I want to say, certain books that I want to mention, just any written down help that will remind me of what I actually wanted to say. And this very video is scripted like that. It's got a written down outline and some points that I want to touch on. And in fact, right here on my note, it says, show this example. My handwriting is pretty atrocious, but here you can see what my notes look like for this very video. Spoilers. You might have also noticed that this is a handwritten note, and sometimes I just find it quicker and easier to handwrite the notes rather than typing them up on my laptop. I only do this when I have notes rather than a script, because I seemingly forgot the ability to handwrite at age 10, so it hurts my hands to do it, let's be honest. The pros of writing notes as opposed to a script is that it is of course much quicker to just jot down some keywords and an outline rather than write out every single sentence. It also can save time in the edit, because if I'm working my way down a list like this, I'm much less likely to get sidetracked and talk about all sorts of things that don't belong in the video. I find this method really good for loads of different types of videos. I like to use this method for casual, chatty discussion videos, or just general chatty videos, things like what I'm currently reading videos, topic videos, also tags, because while I do a lot of my tags completely unscripted, there are some tags where I want to have an idea of what I'm going to answer before I actually film the tag. Sometimes my notes will just be a list of books that I want to talk about. However, if you are a bit more spontaneous than me, you can also use this method to write out review videos. Now, I like the security of a full script for a review video, but if you are a good public speaker or a good private speaker, because there's no one in this room other than me and Minerva, but if you are good at talking, if you're good at forming sentences, then taking notes is a very easy way for you to create some sort of structure in the video without having to write up a full script. So this is probably my favorite type of video to make, because I feel like I get a good end product without having to put too much work into it beforehand. And again, I link some examples where I use that method in the description box if you want to check them out. Let's get to the third type of video that I do, and that is the fully scripted video. By fully scripted, I mean that every single word I say on camera is written down. And I'm going to blend in a recent example here. So this is the script for my May 2019 wrap-up. And as you can see, it starts with the words, "Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library," and it ends with the words, "Thank you for watching, bye." And everything in between is written out in full sentences. The difficulty is to make those sentences sound natural. And inevitably, with a full script, you're going to end up with a more lecture-style video, with something that resembles an essay more than a chat. Some of the benefits of fully scripting a video is that you can more accurately express complex ideas, and you can make sure that every thought you want to put into the video is going to end up in the video. Another benefit is also that if you use closed captions, which I try to do, but I know that my quota isn't great. I don't manage to get closed captions on even half of my videos, but the videos that I script are really easy to then convert into closed captions, because YouTube will just let you copy and paste the entire script, and then YouTube will find the right places for the subtitles to go. So that's a really, really big upside of scripting. I like to use full scripts for my review videos, for my wrap-ups, which are essentially review videos as well, and for complex, deep diving, academic type discussion videos. One example that comes to mind is the video that I did titled "Why Do Women Read More Than Men?", in which I looked at research into the issue, and I basically wrote out an essay, and the video is really just me reading out that essay. Scripted videos are not for everyone, and I know a lot of viewers really don't enjoy watching them, which I totally get. Personally, as a viewer, I like a good scripted video, especially if it is informative and if I feel like there is a good structure to it, a good flow from one point to the next, which I find easiest to achieve while writing a full script. Though it has to be said, it is by far the most labor-intensive way of preparing for a video. Every single wrap-up video that I do takes me hours to prepare. And in order to make that process a little bit quicker, I like to use a template. Is that how you pronounce template, or is it template? Template. Template. Let me look this up.
Template.
Template. It says British pronunciation. What's the American pronunciation then?
Template.
Template. Okay. So it's template in British English and template in American English. I never knew. Anyway, I have got a template for my wrap-up videos where I've basically got the structure down and I just need to fill in the rest. And that does make it a little bit easier, and it also ensures that I don't forget any part of my wrap-up video. As well as the actual notes and scripts, I use other types of written notes to prepare for my video. For example, in my wrap-ups, I always give shout-outs to small booktubers. Have done since I started the very first wrap-up back in January of 2018. And to keep track of those, I have a separate Word document in which I have a table with all of the shout outs, and I can fill them in during the month. And then when it comes to doing the wrap up, I know which booktuber to shout out. And I can also make sure that I don't give the same booktuber a shout out twice, because I have a record of who I've shouted out. So planning and scripting and note taking are a really big help for me when it comes to preparing my booktube videos. And again, other people might find it easier to just be spontaneous. Other people might find it really not fun at all to script and prepare a video, and that's totally up to you. As I asked earlier, please let me know your method if you're a booktuber, and if you're a viewer, let me know your preferences as a viewer. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!